Hello everyone, it's Melanie. I am working again in my just my junk journal, my current journal, and I thought I'd bring you along because I hadn't had the camera on since the last time we were together, which is when I was working on these pages. And so since then I did end up writing about my dog and her betrayals, and then this was a picture of a huge chandelier in a Restoration Hardware catalog, and I cut my name out of the letters so they're kind of it looks, you know, sparkly and stuff. So this is, I wrote about Easter, some more about Easter. This was the 22nd. I got some tags. I finished off a jar of raspberry preserves, so I put that tag on there, and then I went shopping, and I had a shopping and a to-do list, and I went shopping, and I got I've got some paper dolls earlier in the week, so I put one of the paper doll outfits on there. So then this day on the 23rd, I worked on finishing up 3 golden book journals that I had started, and they're all actually sold. I didn't even get to make a video of them, but so I worked on those, and I just decorated this with kind of random things that I had, and then I cut out some stuff from the encyclopedias, the golden, that I just thought were interesting, glued those on this page, and then just journaled about making golden book encyclopedias. And then these little envelopes I wanted to show you. These are seed packets that I got at Target in the, you know, dollar-ish area. And they had 2 different kinds. They had this brown one that is solid front and back. And then they had this one, the gray one, that has a little window in it. So I think I bought 3 packages of each. And they have, let's see, they both have 15 in them. So 15 little envelopes to me, 15 little envelopes for $1. It's pretty cool. So that's what this little seed packet envelope is, and I just glitter glued it in, and then it's got some journaling inside. And I put used some of the trims that I put on this journal to trim out my journaling card and stuff. So this day, the 24th, let's see, this is the day I called my mom and said, come over, we're going thrifting. So we went book thrifting, and one of the things I found that day, I got a box of sight word flashcards, and it rained all day that day. So I found the sight card, the one that I pulled out was rain, so I thought that was appropriate. Then I just made a little journaling card, journal about our thrifting adventures, and one of the things I found was a huge bag of these kind of old yellowed envelopes that I think I ended up getting for like $1.49, and I don't know how many are in there. They're a lot. So I taped one of those in, put my thrifting receipts in here. This is the tag off of a dress that I bought at another dress that I bought at Marshall's on this day. And I've been putting, I usually drink tea, sometimes I drink coffee, but I've been putting the little tea bag, what do you call those? The little paper off the tea bag, the little tab off the tea bag in my books. So after my mom and I got back from book thrifting, I showed her how I take the books apart, and she helped me disassemble. I call it processing, but we deconstructed a bunch of books, and we found this picture was in one of them, and I thought it was really pretty. So I put that on there. I did notice that when I was going through here, that this tape is coming up, even though I put extra glue on there. So I think real quick I'm gonna put some of this art glitter glue under there, because I really don't want that to come off. Oh, it's coming there too. I don't know which glue I used. It was glue stick, I'm pretty sure, that I put on the back of it, but it's not holding very well, so I thought real quick I would reinforce that. And here's some other stuff that day. So one of the other books I got that day, I got at the Salvation Army. Where'd it go? I just had it. Oh, right here. So it's this 14,000 Things to Be Happy About book. I don't think I've ever looked at this book, but I got it at the Salvation Army, and I just flipped to a random page and tore it out. And I didn't want to use the whole page, but as I looked at the page that I tore out, it was just interesting that the things that were on there, they reminded me of things. You know, it reminded me of the time I had a rabbit's foot in elementary school, and well, this reminds me of every day. And I don't necessarily, I've never smoked a ceremonial peace pipe, so that didn't really bring any memories to mind, but all of these things, you know, kind of brought memories to my head. Gardens Past makes me think of spending time with my grandmother, my mama in her backyard in the gardens, and you know, starting the coffee machine in the morning makes me think of sometimes when you go on vacation, or when I used to go to relatives' homes and you would smell the coffee in the morning and hear it percolating, you know. So there's just all these things. So I put little hearts next to the things that actually made me think of something. And I thought, you know, these little this book is like, it's kind of like 14,000 prompts, because if you wanted to write about something, you just flip to any page in this book and, you know, freebies and cheapies. So you could journal about a time that you found an amazing, you know, lot of free stuff. I'm thinking about when that makes me think there was a Borders bookstore that closed. That was so sad. When Borders Books closed, they unloaded thousands of books in the dumpster, but they had to tear the covers off, so you can't resell them. But I went dumpster diving for 2 days with a whole bunch of other people, and we gathered books. So it's, I don't know, this is kind of an interesting way to come up with some prompts and lists and, you know, school songs. You could think of, you know, maybe makes you think of the time you're singing your alma mater at a football game, or, you know. So anyway, if you come across this book, I think it's going to be kind of fun to work with, to find some, use it for prompts and things like that. So this was some Bluebell cotton candy ice cream that I had, and let's see. This day I got a little thing in the mail from a friend, and I put her envelope and note in there, and some more shopping that day and journaling on that. And this is just kind of some random ephemera from my day. This was a text I got from my daughter that I thought was so sweet. I bought some fabrics when I was at Hobby Lobby. Like, I need fabrics, which I don't. And then I just kind of journaled about my day on the back of that. And after I cut these out of this, with this neon, I just felt I needed to tie the pages together, so I just punched a piece of it and put it on there. This was my daughter's birthday, and so I just wrote about that. This is great. This is Piper, my female Yorkie, the little one, and I keep her hair in a top knot, you know, on the top of her head right there in a little top knot. And so she cracks me up because sometimes she'll come running in and she looks like this. So I made a little meme out of her, because this is what happens. I say, Piper, this is what happens when you style your own hair. Anyway, can't even see her eyes. I don't know how she could see where she was going. So April 27th, this day I just journaled a little bit, and my daughter came home. We got to see her that day, and there's her cake. And just, she asked me not to take her picture because she didn't have any makeup on, so I covered her up there. But then I just kind of talked about a little bit about her birthday cake and stuff. So that leads me to this day. which is today, and it's been a very lazy Sunday. Not much has gone on. So I was looking earlier and at some public domain images, some floral public domain images, and I came across this one, and I absolutely loved it. So then I, you know, how it happens, then I go down a rabbit hole, and I'm downloading and printing all of these beautiful public domain images that I found. And so I wanted to put this one here because I thought it kind of goes with this page, and then I also found this one in the same batch. So I already glued it on, and then I'm gonna finish up this page. So this is just some painted graph paper, and I thought maybe I would put this together like that, and then I saved these little bits that I tore off because I think I'm gonna put those underneath like that, kind of coming out from this. And then I thought, well, this needs a quote or something. So I looked online because, you know, it was kind of a family weekend with my daughter being home some, and I found this, "Family is not an important thing, it's everything," Michael J. Fox quote. So I typed it up on the computer in some different sizes, and I think I'm actually gonna go with this one. So I'm gonna just trim that out. And so I think I'll put that down there. So let me put this on first. If you hear anything that sounds like the world's coming to an end during this video, it's because my husband's watching Game of Thrones in the other room. And I think he turned it down, but I can kind of hear it. But he told me that it's some epic battle scene, or it's the longest battle scene ever made or something. I don't know. He loves that show, along with a lot of my friends. I just can't get into it. But anyway, I think I've already lost there it is. So I want to put this here. Oh, I should have trimmed this out so I didn't have extra bulk. I guess it's okay though. Let me find a pencil. Yeah, we definitely had a lazy Sunday today. There's the edges of that card. So this journal that I'm working in right now, I was really excited to work in this one. But for the past couple of years, my primary journals have been composition books. And I just finished one in, well, the beginning of April, so it was time for a new one, but I had made this book, and I love this book. So I wanted to work in this one instead, and of course I have been, but I'm finding that working in this one, I enjoy this. I love this process. I love doing the little collage-y type thing and that sort of stuff, but I'm missing my composition book journal. I think part of that is because it's bigger, and I would do a lot of doodling and writing and things like that in my composition book journals that I'm not able to do in this one. And for some reason, I'm just not great. I don't like the idea of keeping multiple journals at the same time, because then I don't know, you know, what's important to write down where. You know, where do I record certain things and not record other things? I don't know. So I like just having one journal at a time, but that may not That may not be the best solution, because there's also things, you know, that I write down in this type of a journal that I don't necessarily want to share on the internet, you know. So maybe I just need a journal that I work in just like this, but I don't share, it's not a repository for my personal journaling. Because for the most part, unless my journals are a glue book that has, you know, inspiration photos, things like that in it, unless it's something like that, I don't have journals that are they're either glue books or they're books that I actually record things in. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, I like that. So we've been really lazy today and not a lot has gone on. So I think for this page, I'm gonna record, this is an envelope sewn onto this one, and I definitely don't have enough to fill these up. So I think I'm just gonna use this page for today. And I think I'll use one of these journaling cards. These are the journaling cards that I made. I carved a stamp out of some speed block carving block, and then my husband made me a piece of wood to mount it on. So this is the journaling cards that I've been making, and I actually made some with the fabric on top, like these, put them in my Etsy shop, and they've already sold. So I've been working on some more, and I may restock those in the shop, but I think I want to use one of these for today's journaling. And I think I'll just put it, I think I want to put something right here so that this is like a tuck-in. So that makes me think maybe one of these things I printed out. This one I printed on cardstock. So maybe I'll just cut. And I'm quickly becoming a convert to this art glitter glue. I bought some recently, and it really is as good as people say it is. It dries fast. It seems to hold really well. It doesn't take a lot of it to hold. So I'm kind of enjoying it. I'm liking it. I did read something on their website, on the Art Glitter website, that said that it's really only good, it really has a shelf life of 12 months. And I bought a set on Amazon that had this one and a much bigger one, this one. So with a shelf life of a year, I need to make sure that I actually use this and don't hoard it and think, oh, I used my cheap glue. I need to go ahead and use it because I don't want it to go bad. So that'll work. Tonight I'll do my journaling on this card. Let's see. Look in the scrap bin here for something. It's a really graphic page. Oh, glitter. Can never have too much glitter. Let's go with the glitter paper. I think I'll just do a piece of this glitter paper. Maybe I'll punch it. So I can put this, but now I feel like it needs something on there. Sew this on. so that tonight when I go to bed, I can do my journaling on this card, and that'll go in there. The white of this is weird to me because it feels like it's just a piece of paper sitting there. It's not, so I may want to paint that. Okay, I don't know if there's anything here, but I thought I might flip through this stuff. See if I see anything that would work on the bottom of the page. Maybe I'll go ahead and paint this page, and then that'll give me, maybe that'll give me some direction for what I want to do, if I want to do anything else on that page. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I think I'll just do it like this. So what color? Do I want yellow? Soft yellow? It's a buttery yellow. Maybe we'll do that. Buttery yellow. You know what that made me think of? I could just put something about a lazy Sunday afternoon on here to kind of tie with this. So these two pages will go together. And then whatever I put under here can be tomorrow. Or I get frustrated with lazy days. I feel like I'm wasting time. But I guess we all need a lazy day every once in a while. No, I think I want to match, well, there's pink on there. I think I want to put a heart. I could do red to kind of go with that. So I think I want to say gotta love a lazy Sunday. But maybe I move this here. And yes, I know that's not proper English, but I think that's how I want to lay it out. So I'm going to trim this down. And then I'll cut my heart out of this. So let's see, gotta love, I need 4 rows. So I'll cut it in half. Oh, but I want the lazy Sunday to be bigger. So I'm gonna make these two smaller like that. And then I'm gonna make lazy Sunday bigger like this. I just love doing this. I love doing these cut out letters. I don't know why. It's so, I don't know why it's so fun to me. 2 T's. Let's see, let's go with these two. So I'm gonna make this the same height as my A, approximately. This will be my heart. And you can't see that. That's how it's going. Gotta love A. And then this is my lazy Sunday. So I guess Sunday can be kind of tall and thin. Oh, that A got really skinny. And I do like mixing upper and lowercase letters when I'm doing this. Sometimes I think some of the uppercase letters look very harsh. Like I think an uppercase, I think the uppercase E is a very kind of harsh looking letter. So I usually make a lowercase e. Because it's softer. And the lowercase y, I think, is softer looking than an uppercase y. So did I make that Z backwards? Yes, I just made my Z backwards. So I need to look at this one so I don't make the next one backwards. And nobody even stopped me. There we go, a Z. So now I need another Y. This narrower. It's really heavy. It kind of distracts a little bit. There. Might need to narrow this up just a tad. So this is kind of ironic for me. It's a good thing for me to put on here because I don't love a lazy day. So this is me kind of maybe trying to remind myself it's okay to have a lazy day every once in a while. So all this stuck down. And then I guess I can put Monday inside here. Or I could save it for something else. You know, now that I'm thinking, I kind of think that whatever was here really needed to go with this day. So I'm kind of thinking I'm just going to tear this off and glue it to this page. Because I don't know that I'm going to... Too late now, I just did it. So now it's not an envelope anymore. And I'm going to just glue it to this page, just like that. That way I don't have to deal with that envelope. Okay, I'm so much happier with this. Much better. And then tomorrow I'll just either deal with this or I won't. You know what I could do? I think I'll just tear this so that it's more like a little ruffle. There. So that's the other part of the envelope. That's better. Oh, then I can use this to cut letters out of. I'll put that with my painty paper. That's all I've got for today, guys. Have fun working in your journals, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.